What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Madonna. We're going back to her 1989 album, Like a Prayer. Once again, big shout out to Mark for sharing this with us. And the next tune is Cherish. It's a straightforward verb, although it's, I think, a verb implying the passage of time. It's about caring for, appreciating, and savoring something to the greatest degree. And indeed, it's about preserving it, it feels like. If it was just enjoying or liking something or even loving something in the moment, I'm not sure the word cherish would come into play, but the idea of cherishing something seems to indicate a passage of time. So, yeah, ultimately, I would think it might be in relation to a person. It could be in relation to an idea or to a relationship or a place that someone grew up in or a time in one's life. So I do wonder what will be at play. Let's find out what Madonna has to say about it. This is Madonna. The tune is Cherish, and it's from her 1989 album, Like a Prayer. Like that little bass roll. might have faded out, but
Joy, my boy, I will always cherish your strength.
there's a couple times on her first couple albums where it felt like it was almost like an extended mix on an album. This sort of gives me that feeling too. Try to make sure I don't forget anything. Okay, so as I was saying, like a few tunes on the first couple albums, this felt like more of an extended mix or 12-inch mix. It felt like it could have faded out before that last section, but I enjoy the fact that it seems like, at least on these albums of the 80s, she enjoyed taking her time with tunes. They were produced in a way that, gave them some space, and they're a bit longer. And I get it. Sometimes you want a very tidy track. There's no wasted motion or whatever. But yeah, I enjoy that it seems like she, at least in the 80s, was composing tunes that were a bit longer than you might expect from a, synth pop track at the time. Also, I enjoy the way that following the heavy and personal nature of the previous tune, this one seemed to sort of go with the idealized exuberance of a track like Lucky Star. It's like, you bring so much into my life, and I'm, cherishing the thought of being together with you forever, which I like the idea. It's like, you think it's about cherishing a person. Well, like specifically or literally, it's about cherishing the thought. Obviously, it's about savoring and appreciating and enjoying the person. But I enjoy that was the way that was expressed, and I like pairing it with perish, the thought of ever leaving, the cherish, perish. I like that offset, and sort of antonym. So it's a cool little lyrical flourish. And yeah, ultimately, I do enjoy the way that her tunes are often fun. Again, there's been more serious and heavy ones, but from the opening album right up to this point, a lot of her tracks have this lightness. They're danceable, they're fun, they're groovy. They're the kind of track that, if you're in a good mood, you might catch yourself singing. So, again, and I think I'm always interested in the way albums are put together, and I think it's really smart to have a tune like this at this place on the album. So, yeah, I enjoy the sequencing of that. And yeah, again, it's a tune that in a way reminds me of a track like Lucky Star. And is about, feeling really excited to be with someone. I'm amused. I'm glad I was about to end the video. I'm glad I remembered. It's hilarious to use Romeo and Juliet as a template, like, for comparison. Like, number one, they were star-crossed lovers. They killed themselves because they couldn't be together, and ultimately because they didn't quite understand what was happening. And so, yeah, to like say that, Romeo and Juliet never felt like this, well, it's, you're talking about a very long-term love. They never had that. It was a short-term love. So I get that point of comparison. I get, like, it's the perfect contrast. But the way she presents it is it's about feeling or the level of love. Like, they were so in love, but I'm even more in love with you. So it's just a really funny usage of that classic story as a point of comparison and contrast. She's saying, she loves more than they ever did. And then, from us looking at the different relationships, at least as she thinks it's going to play out, it's a complete contrast. They were never really together. I know they're like briefly together, but yeah, they couldn't be together, and so they were star-crossed lovers. And in this case, it's someone envisioning this long life together and, never imagining leaving. So, yeah, really funny, like, songwriting quirk on that one. In any case, a cool tune. Really appreciate, like, where this is in the album, as I said. I like the balance of that. So, in any case, I'll stop talking. Let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.